Are you ready for the next Hebrew letter? It's the letter Lamed. It makes the sound L. Grab your pen and your pencil and your notebook. Let's dive in. It's going to be fun. Shalom, welcome to Rob on the Rock. Here we're going to look at the 12th letter of the Hebrew alphabet, the letter Lamed. And I'm going to start by showing you the Lamed from that ancient scroll, the Great Isaiah Scroll. Then we're going to notice it in the 10th century manuscript, the Washington Pentateuch, that we've also been looking at. And then I'm going to do some writing on the dry erase board. But here we go. Here's the image of the Isaiah Scroll. And what I want you to notice is these letters that pop up. Like, for example, let me see if I can zoom in here a little more. Notice the letters that has the real high neck. It almost looks like a giraffe sticking its head way up above. There's one. Here's another one. This is the word Israel. Israel's the last letter of the word Israel. It's that L sound. It makes the L sound. That's it. It's got that long, long neck that goes way above the upper line. Here's the word Lo, Lamed Vav Aleph. See that? Lamed. It's real tall, like a giraffe. Here's another one. See that? Lamed? Real tall. So it's almost like a little number 7 with a huge, huge projectile off its upper left corner. And if you just kind of skim around, there's another Lamed right here. Do you see that? They're real easy to spot. They're one of the easiest letters, I think, to spot. There's another one. You just find them all over. We're not reading words right now. We're just looking to recognize. There's another one. Recognize the letter Lamed. And if I zoom way out, you can even get a sense from a distance. See all the lines that pop way up? Lamed there, Lamed there, Lamed, Lamed, Lamed down here. If we zoom in on those, we'll see them up close. See that nice Lamed? Again, think of it like a number 7 with a real tall neck projecting off its upper left corner. There's another one. There's a Lacha, right? So we have Lamed and then a Kaf Sofit, like we talked about in our other video. There's a Lamed. See how they all stick up? So you have the top of all the letters, most letters, and then you have the Lamed really projecting up above that. Let's look at this move in time, 1,000 years ahead in time, and we're going to look at what we call this Washington Pentateuch here from the Museum of the Bible website. And the same thing. Look at this. Chelek. But here we have the Lamed sticking way, way up. Again, looks very similar to what we had at Qumran. Kind of got that Loch Ness Monster kind of top. That's funny. That might even be a good mnemonic. Loch Ness. Because it makes that little sound. See, it's like a 7 with this long, long sprout way up. And if you just kind of allow your eye to just scan over the page, you'll see more and more of them. See, there's a nice Lamed. Now, in the case like here, see this word, the Lamed and the Lamed here, because the scribe is constrained by the line above it, he doesn't make that neck as high in some instances. So like here we have the word Holech, so we have Lamed, Hey, Vav, Lamed, Kaf Sofit. But see how it doesn't have nearly the length of, like here's an example. One shorter one here, but at the end of the line where he had the available space, he went ahead and let that Lamed extend. And of course, it's got a little head at the very end of it. Well, what we're going to look at here for the way I would like you just to practice with the block script is just going to be make that full number 7 like that, and then just put a little guy on top of him. So basically, just like that, and it should touch. Now, if you want, you could start up and do that, and sometimes that's what I'll do, just to do like a it's almost like a lightning bolt, I guess, but I have that upper line is pretty much straight and vertical. So if I was going to write it next to an aleph, for example, I would write my aleph within the constraints, and then my number 7, right, like that. Or you can do your aleph and then like that. So either number 7 first with the little flag, or start and do the flag first and then finish with your number 7. Either of those are going to be fine. And we can pick a different color here. But it's going to stick above the other letters for that reason. That's got that little flag. That's our lamed. So when we write them together now, we write all our letters. Let's grab light blue here. We're going to go aleph, bet, gimel, dalet, hey, vav, zayin, chet, tet. I have to go down here, yod, kaf, and I'm going to write the kaf sofit, and then my lamed. I'm going to write that lamed a couple times just to practice. Remember, you want to do this over and over and over again. I'm going to get some blank space here, and let's make a little smaller point, and we're going to write dark green Hebrew. Here we go. I'm going to write a little smaller. Aleph, bet, gimel, dalet, hey, vav, zayin, chet, tet, yod, kaf, kaf sofit, lamed. That's where we are right now. And let's see, let's do it one more time in a different color. Let's do orange here, maybe a little bit bigger. Let's go for nice big letters here, and I'll have to keep scrolling. So we've got aleph. Oops, I drew that too far over. Let me do that again here. Aleph, bet, gimel, dalet, hey, vav. Now that hey that I just made there is kind of sloppy, but don't worry about it. You want to just keep practicing over and over and over again. Let's do the next line in red. So we did aleph, bet, gimel, dalet, hey, vav. I'm going to scroll up. Zayin, chet, tet, yod, kaf, and of course kaf sofit. And then to our final letter we're learning today, let's do a nice giant lamed here. Lamed, there you go. How's that? Maybe what we could do is one more little thing here. I'm going to just write all the letters. So here's our aleph. Here's our bet. And if you need to pause, you can pause the screen on any of these. There's our gimel. Here's our dalet. That's dangerously tall. Let's make it a little shorter. Dalet, more like a square. Hey. Vav. Vav's easy, huh? Zayin. Chet. Chet. There's our chet. Tet. Yod. Kaf. And I'm going to do a kaf sofit. Remember, it's like a dalet, but extra long leg there. Kaf sofit, and then finally today's letter, lamed. Well, there you go. Let's take one more glance at the ancient scroll from Qumran, the Great Isaiah Scroll. Look at these lameds. They're everywhere. How many lameds can you see? Here's one. Here's one. Here's one. Here's another. Another. So it's good when your eye recognizes it and you also can reproduce it. Al Yehuda v'Yerushalayim. So we're going to see that the lamed now is part of the word Jerusalem. It's the L in Jerusalem. See that nice, beautiful letter? That's the lamed. That's what we're learning here. And then finally, our Washington Pentateuch. We'll zoom back out, and you can see the lovely lameds at the very top. Kohen le'el elyon. So this is in the middle of Genesis 14, and it's describing Melchizedek, who's a priest of God Most High, le'el elyon. But see how le'el elyon, the only letter we haven't learned here for El Elyon is the ayin, is this letter here in the middle. But lamed is la, is 4. He's a kohen 4. El, we see that beautiful aleph with a nice majestic L, or lamed. El, and then a space, elyon. Ayin, another lamed, yud, vav, nun sofit. Pardon me, I guess the two letters, we haven't learned the nun also. But elyon, el elyon. Kohen le'el elyon. And we have 3 lameds here. Isn't that beautiful? So this is a scribe, a Jewish scribe writing over 1,000 years ago. And each letter he's carefully writing. And remember, he had to dip that pen each time he, well, maybe not every stroke, but over and over again, he had to sit and carefully write these letters. And he did the whole Pentateuch. So thank you so much for sticking with it. Keep practicing, and you will get better and better and better. You want this second nature, and I promise you it'll pay off. We'll stick with it. All right.